Today we wanted to explain the Shitta of the Mechaber and the Tur. He talks about spices. The Rambam's opinion on spices is Shevas, like he explains by Shevas, we spoke about yesterday in Perek Aleph in Hilchos Tumas Oichlin, there's a difference between Shevas, which is used for a dip, the Kemach, like the Gemara explains in Nididaf Nun Aleph Amud Beis. That's a machel. It's a regular machel because it's something which is legufay. About as legufay, it's for the person himself. That's why it has the shem machel. Masha enkein, something which is used only as the tavlin, which is giving into the kadera. As the Gemara explains, it's the kadera. The Rambam calls that zevel balma. Where he gets the word zevel from, that's a pirush. How he understands that that's not something which has an ability to make a birchas and a hen on it. You don't make a bracha at all on it because it's zevel. So it's totally in your machshava, if your machshava was to use it as a dip, or your machshava was to use it as a spice. The Ravid is mechulik on him. Ravid says not only machshava, but the etzem yisoy, the Ravid seems is maskin to the Rambam, and that prat. It depends on what the intended use of it is. Just according to the Ravid, it's not totally machshava. The mechaber of the Tur. Let's start with the Tur. The Tur in Reish Beis. He says v'loy klum. If something which is used for a tavlin is loy klum, sheini roye la'achile benel. This Gemara says it's something which is a tavlin. It's not because it's like a kadaya, because loy klum, it's any roy to eat it benel, something which is used as a dip. You could eat it. Mashenka, something for tavlin. He calls it any roy la'achile benel. Not exactly. Usually the mechaber and the Tur, they quote usually the Lashon Rambam. In this case here, it seems they're mechulik. I'm not exactly sure what the difference is between the Tur and the Rambam in this part, because the Rambam is learning it could be Roy la'achile. It's something just because it's not made lachnos's gufay. It's either for you want to use it to make a color for the food, or a reach, or a taste for the food, or a smell for the food. That is something which is not roy lebichs and henin. And the mechaber seems to be in the Tur rather doesn't agree with that. He's saying it's only something which is not roy lachila benel. Then it's not, you can't make a bichs and hen on it. The opinion of the mechaber, also in Reish Beis, Sif Tez Zayin, pilpul. This again, the Gemara we spoke yesterday. Pilpul is ginger, which the Gemara says there's no bichas and hen on it. It's something you could eat on Yom Kippur. So the Mechaber writes, a pilpul v'zangvul, that's ginger, and other types of spices, yivashim, she'ein derech lo'oichlom, elai de taruvas, something which is not a derech to eat them, only a de taruvas. In other words, spice. It's not a derech to eat a spice just eat the spice itself. You always put it into something else. So therefore, you don't make a bracha at all on them, because it's not a derech to eat them on its own. So again, something like the Torah is saying, is something which is not darga b'kach, it's not derech chila. Again, it's not exactly like the Rambam, which the Rambam says it doesn't really matter if it's derech b'kach and not derech b'kach. Something which is not made to consume b'gufay doesn't have a shem machel, because it's made to be consumed in a kadera. That makes it ois machel. It's not any more machel, and you can't make it's not makabel tumah, and it's not dover which is royally is truma, and it's not something you could buy with kesem ma'aser, and that's the difference between the Rambam and the mechaber and the Tur. There's another Rambam that talks about this in Ma'aser Sheni, Perek Zayin Halacha Tes, like the Rambam Karkum, is ginger, ein nilkoch b'kesem ma'aser Sheni lamar. It's only made for coloring. Ain't kol boy. Everything which is like that. Minoisne reyach, something which is made for smell or mara or for looks, v'tam and a taste. Hoyu ve'einu la'achilas gufon. Again, the Rambam is following what he wrote in Tumas Oichlin. It's not something which is achilas gufoy. It's only made to put into the tafshil various different attributes. Because it's something which is not the gufoy of the person. Lefikach, the Rambam continues, all these different types of spices, Hashabes and the Halacha Yud, look the Rama, Hashabes and the dill. If it's something which is used to put a tam in the kedera, what's a tam in the kedera? That's spice, which is spices used to put into a pot to taste, to season the food. Ain't in the that's something which you can't buy from Ma'aser Sheni because it doesn't have a shem machel. Kemach means, like the Gemara says in the Nun Aleph, kemach is for a dip. A dip is, you eat the dip. You don't put the dip into a tafshil, into a kedera. What do you do with the dip? You dip one food into another food, into the dip. There's something which is oichel gufa. Oichel gufa. It's an oichel which a person consumes straight away into the body. That is b'nekachas, so that is the opinion of the Rambam on these different things which are not made to be consumed. You can't make a brach on it, and it doesn't have a shem machel on it. So the Gemara weiter. Tzadiches Omid Beis. So the Gemara says that things that are develos and groigers, these are things which you can't use them because what? Because you're making ois truma. You're ma'aved the truma, and if you're ma'aved the truma, it's not allowed to be ma'aved the truma. Ma'aseh came wine, which you take the wine and you want to put the wine into marayas, into the fish juice, that wine becomes better. That's the din in the Mishnah. The Rebbe. This goes according to Rebbe. The Tani yayin lemarayis, wine into fish juice. Rebbe Mata. He says it's allowed. Why does the Rebbe say it's allowed? Because it makes the wine better, or not better, but not worse. It just gives it a flavor into the wine. Makes it like a dessert wine. Gives it a flavor into the wine. As a Shimon he says no, that's mavid. And you're not allowed to do that because it's ma'avid the wine. It's not the wine as originally, or the best purpose of the wine. You changed it, you degraded it, you went downwards. That's how I understand what Rabbi Shimon says is also. Lefikach, therefore, conversely, is like this. Im or if you over and you ma'avid the wine, is Rabbi Oisa Lezarim. Rabbi says that it's also to azap because it's mutter, because you're proving the wine with or you're not degrading the wine. So you didn't ruin the wine. So the wine is still the wine, even though now the wine has now a taste to it, it has a color to it, whatever it is. So it's, according to Rebbe, it's mutter, and because it's mutter, oisel azam, it's still not, it's still truma. You're not allowed to eat it. As Rebbe Shimon, matel azam. Rebbe Shimon says that no, you're not allowed to do it. And if you did it, it's mutter to azam because ois truma. According to the one that says that you're allowed to do it. The Rebbe says you're allowed to do it. It's mutter to azah. I'm sorry, the Rebbe is not the one. The Rebbe Lazar Shimon says it's mutter to azah because he says it's the ma'abed by taking the wine and putting it into marayas. Shel goyim lo ma'aseh. If there's no more truma, you ma'abed the truma. Why can't you took it in marayas shalakum? Why is that an issa? Rabbi Yami B'Shem B'Chiyah Ba'avo. That's the name of a murder. Ba'avo mishum b'shulei goyim heimesu. It's also al bishul akum, not al yain eser. Yain eser would be mutter because it becomes bottle. But the Raful is going to explain when it comes to bishul akum, mishum chasnas is more chomer than the yain eser, which is the raisa. Yain eser is the raisa becomes bottle. When you put it here together with other things, there's a bitl on the avodah zara. Even on avodah zara, it becomes bottle. Masha enkein. The din of bishul akum, that's mishum chassid. They didn't want you to get too close to the goyim. That's also even Torah's bittul. Zog the Pnei Moshe, the Rebbe Hu. Oh, there's nina na b'nois nasi yanam and ayis ke Rebbe Hu da'aseh. It's not even t'sefta lo'yehu, but t'sefta shul neinu la'asef. Rebbe Mat lo says oisa lekatchila lo yimike ibu truma. He's allowed to put the wine lekatchila in the marayas. If that's a bit Shimon oisa, the ma'avid is yain. He holds no. This is something which you make the wine less valuable because now you're putting it into a dessert wine, you're putting a taste into it, and different things. So he says, well, that's called mabed. That's how I understand the machlokas here. The machlokas is you're taking a regular wine, which is wine which is made for drinking, and now you're using it where you taste it, you're putting some taste into it, you're putting different types of flavor into it. So that's the machlokas. That's considered a mabed or not considered a mabed. Rather, everybody holds you can still drink this wine. There's nothing wrong with it. Just it's not the same thing. It's not the same quality. Rabbi says if you did it, Rabbi says it's truma. That's why I can't drink this wine. He says you're not allowed to do it. And if you why? Because you're ma'avid the truma. The kva kola b'seicha merayis never tamud. Oh, so from here you see, not exactly what I just said before, that it's considered wine, just it's a less quality wine, because he says it's mutter. Reb Shimon says mutter is Zah could eat it. If a Zah is allowed to drink this wine, so you see, not the pshat is, it's a different type of wine. It's a lesser quality wine. It's not wine at all, because it's ma'avid the truma, so there's no more truma. He's allowed to drink it. Even a Zah is allowed to drink it. So Vice is, like his Rebbe and Rebbe Shimon is this wine or not wine? The brother of Shimon says that it's also in Gansen. And why is it also in Gansen? Because you ma'avid the truma completely. You made it always truma. So why, according to Rebbe, it's mutter? So you have to understand what the machlokes Rebbe and Rebbe of Shimon. It's tzorachin. Kesinim bepekem amidim. Kesinim sham be'alach above the asur chachamim la'marayah shelahem mipnei shugim la'al bayayin. The reason why they asked the fish juice of goyim, because they used to put wine in there. Ma'abakach the day hayayin botlu. So the Gemara says enach nam it's bottle. So you don't have a din of bishul akum of yayin neser, but you have the issue of bishul akum hein asurim v'lo mishum chashash yayin neser, but it's a chashash of bishul akum. Bishul akum, even though it's dirabanan, it's more chomer because there's no bittul on it, because of chasnus. So chasnus, the issue of chasnus, the chomer will not matter it in a bittul, because if you thought you cooked it, and you cooked it with the goyim, and there's a concern about getting too close with the goyim as chasnus. So the Menafulda, matel is zorim, shemerayis ma'abdoi. So the Menafulda, what does the merayis do to the wine? It's ma'abed the wine, legamri, completely. That's why it says mutter. It's not, it's mutter to a zah, but you're not allowed to do it. Asl is zorim, shishivchu hayayin v'shach hayayin boy. It's also to a zah. He holds faket. The brother B'Shimon holds faket. What you did is you made the wine into wine that has flavored wine. So you're allowed to do it, but you're not allowed what? Zah is not allowed to eat it because it still has the same truma. If you tell me that you ma'abed the truma, if you ma'abed the truma, so why can't the merayis from a goy? Why can't you drink the merayis of a goy? It's bottled the yayin eser, but bottled. Merayis also, but tam shenoisim b'm yayin eser. Bekim shemerayis ma'abdoi, because the fish juice is ma'abed. It's mevatel the yayin eser, but merayis muter mishum truma. It's muter as truma. Now there's no more truma here. There's no more yayin eser here. Lama aseh merayis shel goyim. Why is the merayis of the goyim the fish juice aseh? Mishum bishul goyim nesa becomes also because bishul, not as yayin eser, as bishul akum. The gzei the rabban. This is only the gzei the rabban. K'moish also called bishul goyim mishum chasnas, and that's more common in this case because it doesn't become bottle, because the chasnas, the chash of getting married with the goyim, this is good blibin. Have a good day, Rabbi say.